Welcome to the English class, and let's do lesson 2 today. Name of the lesson is Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. Before we begin the chapter, let's have an introduction, a small introduction. Nelson Mandela was a famous personality. He belonged to South Africa. South Africa is a country we all know located in the African continent. It is in the southern part of Africa. Long Walk to Freedom is the name of the autobiography of Nelson Mandela. Now, autobiography is a story of a person, a life story of a person written by the person himself. Nelson Mandela wrote his autobiography in the book Long Walk to Freedom, and a small part of it is mentioned in this lesson. Again, before we proceed with the lesson, let's have an introduction of Nelson Mandela. He was addressed as Madiba. It was in his Xhosa clan. He belonged to a clan named Xhosa. He belonged to a royal family, Royal Thembu family in South Africa. And he went to become the first president of South Africa. That is, he was the first elected president of South Africa in 1994. Nelson Mandela served prison for 27 years for the abolition of apartheid. Now, apartheid is a racial discrimination on the basis of the color of the skin, like whites and blacks. So, the white people, the people who had white skin, they ruled over the blacks for many years. These black people were not allowed to go to some restricted areas. They were not allowed to work, they were not given any political positions. They were oppressed too much. These black people were ruled over by the whites, and they were oppressed too much by the whites because their skin color was black. And this system was called apartheid, the system of racial discrimination on the basis of the color of the skin. This system was prevalent in South Africa for many years, and to abolish the system, Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for 27 long years. He came to be known as Father of South Africa because he stopped this racial discrimination. He took part in it and stopped this discrimination and freed the people, just like Mahatma Gandhi had monitored our freedom struggle and helped in gaining the freedom for India. So he is called the father of nation in India. Same way, Nelson Mandela is called the father of South Africa because he helped these people to be free. And why do the people call him father of the nation? Because they were living a very miserable life. These people were harassed so much by the whites. They were living a very miserable life, and Nelson Mandela had set them free. He had stopped this system. That's why those people worshipped him and called him father of the nation. So now we are done with the introduction of the lesson. Let's begin the lesson. But before that, an activity is given there. So I'll just read out the activity to you. You can do it after the lesson is done. In column A are some expressions you will find in the text. Make a guess and match each expression with an appropriate meaning from column B. An expression is given there, like for example, a rainbow of gathering, then the seat of white supremacy, and being overhead. And so these expressions are given there. You have to match with the answers which are given in column B. Let's start the lesson now. I'll read out. Hope you all have pencils in your hand, ready to underline the difficult or the new words and write down their meanings. You should read along with me so that you go through the lesson thoroughly. 10th May dawned bright and clear. For the past few days, I had been pleasantly besieged by dignitaries and world leaders who were coming to pay their respects before the inauguration. Now, what is said here? What does Nelson Mandela say? He says that the day 10th May started very bright and clear, and for a few days before that, what had happened? He was closely surrounded by people. He was surrounded very closely by dignitaries and the world leaders who were coming to pay their respect before the inauguration. Now there was some function, there was some inauguration, and for that he was very much closely surrounded by the world leaders and some dignitaries. The inauguration would be the largest gathering ever of international leaders on South African soil. So what does he say here? He says that this gathering, this inauguration, this program would be the most largest one. Before this there were gatherings, there were programs, but this was the one which would be the largest one, because people all over were supposed to come there, and it was the biggest program on the South African soil, means to be held in South Africa. The ceremonies took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheatre. Now what is amphitheatre? It's a building without roof and with many rows of seats rising in steps. You must have seen. So it was held, this program was to be held in an amphitheatre formed by the Union buildings in Pretoria. Where was the program supposed to be held? It was to be held in Pretoria in an amphitheatre. For decades, this had been the seat of white supremacy. Now, for years and years and years, means decades he is saying. Decades is a period of 10 years. So he says here that for decades, this seat was the seat of white supremacy, means the white ruled over it. The white was the head of this place. We had discussed it, the people with white and the black skins. We have seen in the introduction, I told you that the blacks were ruled over by the whites. The white skinned people ruled the blacks. And here he says that this seat was controlled, or this seat was occupied by the white for decades. And now it was the site of a rainbow gathering of different colors and nations for the installation of South Africa's first democratic non-racial government. What does he say here? Now it was a rainbow gathering. Now what happened? Because of this racial discrimination in South Africa, what had happened, many of the countries, they did not keep any connection with South Africa. They had banned it. Those leaders or those countries did not come there, or they did not have any connection with South Africa. But when this incident took place, when Nelson Mandela was supposed to be, or when he was elected as a president of South Africa, there was a rainbow gathering. Means people all over the world had come to witness the program. The leaders, the dignitaries all over the world, they had come there to witness this wonderful program. On that lovely autumn day, I was accompanied by my daughter Zenani. He says, now on that lovely autumn day. So here he says that he was, for that program, for that beautiful ceremony, for that wonderful ceremony, his daughter was with him. His daughter had accompanied him. On the podium, Mr. De Klerk was first sworn in as second deputy president. So, sworn in is a ceremony to take the oath, official to take a formal promise at an office, or to accept that post and take the promise that he or she will do for the benefit of all, work for the benefit of all. So he says that Mr. De Klerk was first sworn in as second deputy president. Then Thabo Mbeki was sworn in as the first deputy president. When it was my turn, I pledged to obey and uphold the constitution, and to devote myself to the well-being of the Republic and its people. To the assembled guests and the watching world, I said. So what does he say? First the second deputy president was sworn in, then the first deputy president was sworn in, and then when it was Nelson Mandela's turn to swear in as the president of South Africa, what did he say? He said that I pledge to obey and uphold the constitution and devote myself to the well-being of the republic and the people. What did he speak there on that occasion? What was his speech? Today all of us do, by our presence here, confer glory and hope to the newborn liberty. Out of the experience of an extraordinary human disaster that lasted too long, must be born a society of which all humanity will be proud. So what does he say in his speech? He says that we all present here, by our presence, we give glory and hope to the newborn liberty. What liberty? Liberty from the rule of whites. The discrimination there was, the racial discrimination which was continuing there, it was over. And now the blacks were free. They had the liberty to move around, they had the liberty to work, they had the liberty to be on political seats and so on. So he says that out of an extraordinary human disaster, see, this discrimination he gives the name of disaster because people suffered a lot during this period. They had to live a very miserable life. So he calls it a human disaster. And then he says that when we have gone through this, when we have experienced this human disaster, this society will be proud of the humanity. The society will be. What does Nelson Mandela say here? He says that out of the experience of the human disaster. Why does he call it a human disaster? Because the people had to suffer a lot during this racial discrimination. During the rule of the whites, the black people had to suffer a lot. And he says here that extraordinary human disaster that lasted too long, it was a very long period of time, must be born a society of which all humanity will be proud. He says that now the society which will be born, the newborn society, now the society which will be born, everybody will feel proud of it. We who were outlaws not so long ago have today been given the rare privilege to be host to the nations of the world on our own soil. Now what does he say? We who were outlaws means what? As I told you before, that many of the countries had broken off diplomatic relations with them. They did not have any connection with South Africa just because of this racial discrimination which was there. So he says that because of the apartheid policy, many countries earlier they did not have any connection, they did not have any diplomatic relations with South Africa. But now it's a privilege to hold this type of function here on our soil and to invite those people again, and we are very happy to see them with us here. We thank all of our distinguished international guests for having come to take position with the people of our country of what is, after all, a common victory for justice, for peace, for human dignity. He says that we are very thankful for all those who have attended ceremony and all those who have come here all the way long and are sitting with our people, are accompanied by our people. And this cause, this function, this gathering is held for justice, it's for peace and for the human dignity. We have at last achieved our political emancipation. What is emancipation? Emancipation is freedom from restrictions. Like I told you before, these black people, they were not allowed to go at certain restricted places, or they had many restrictions. So it was not easy for them to survive. So here he says that at last we have achieved our political emancipation, freedom from restrictions. We pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender and other discrimination. So he mentions all the things here from which all the black people were suffering. They were suffering from continuing bondage, means they were working as slaves. They were treated as slaves. Then poverty. They were very poor. They had to face a lot of hardships, lot of sufferings, gender and many other discriminations were there which these people had to face. And Nelson Mandela here says that now I am very happy that we all people are free from all these things now. Never, never and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. As these people were oppressed by the whites, Nelson Mandela here also says that never in lifetime now or never will it happen again that the people of South Africa will be oppressed by anybody else. The sun shall never set on so glorious a human achievement. Let freedom reign. God bless Africa. He says that now freedom these people will always have freedom now. They will be free from everything. They will have the liberty to do all sort of work, to do all sort of things, and they will be free from all types of discriminations. He says that God bless Africa. Let us have God's blessings on Africa always. I hope you understood this part of lesson. If you have any difficulty, please let me know. We may sort it out again. Oral comprehension is given there. Please read the questions and write the answers to it. If you find any difficulty in doing so, we may check it out again.